This is a message for families, parents and the community of the Inspire Partnership in Croydon, Medway and Greenwich. I wanted to have an opportunity to share some thoughts with you as we enter this period where schools are closing and we are living in a time that seems so different from just a week ago. Fundamentally, I want to share with you that what this week and the coronavirus outbreak has taught me is that schools are there to serve families and build relationships, and the work that we do with families and communities is to ensure that children, learning, relationships are at the centre of everything we do. It feels heartbreaking to know that for some children, as we close schools on Friday, we may not physically see some of you for a period of time, but we want all parents, families and our communities to know that we will do everything we can to ensure that we still stay connected, we still feel part of one family, and we still put children and people at the centre of what we do. Staff across the Inspire Partnership over the course of this week have been working really hard to develop home learning packs, to develop a communication plan so that we're in touch with families and parents as much as we possibly can be, and to ensure that all our children and families remain safe during this difficult time. You will be receiving letters from schools as we speak, which will explain our strategy and steps and processes so that some pupils will be able to come to school because they fall into the category of the key worker group or have been identified as in need of the opportunity to be in school. And staff are, as we speak, planning learning and learning experiences for the children that will be physically in school. We also know that some children will be expected to complete home learning, and we're working very hard to ensure that that learning is placed both online for parents that have access to the internet and computers, but also that we give physical packs of learning that can be undertaken at home. And for all families, for the children that won't be able to come to school on a daily basis, we want the message to be that school matters and learning matters, and to support that, having conversations about learning, having conversations about what the children are doing, taking advantage where possible of some of the resources that we know the BBC plan to put online for children to undertake, and just generally having positive daily conversations about what's happening in the world, having good conversations about how the learning packs are being used and giving children an opportunity to talk to you about what they've been doing. All of that together will make a difference. For some families who will be entitled to receive free school meals, we will be writing to you so that you will know exactly how we can get those meals to you, or for you to come into our schools to ensure that you receive that entitlement of that hot dinner or the free school meal that we provide for you. We will be writing to you about that so that you are really clear about how that works. And for all children, we have a communication plan so that staff will be keeping in touch with children, asking how you are, making contact with you, and doing everything that we possibly can to help you still stay and feel very connected to the Inspire Partnership and the schools and communities that you serve. For children in Year 6, we recognise this is a particularly challenging time for you and for families. You've worked so hard this year in practising for your SATs tests. You've worked so hard to ensure that you do everything you can to be successful with learning. And I know that for some of you, you are disappointed to know that those SATs tests will not be happening. What I want you to know, all of you in Year 6, children and families, is that learning matters so much more than just a test. Everything you've been doing in school over the time of being in a primary school, is about relationships. It's about developing the skills to be a better learner, to collaborate with one another, to have a sense of citizenship, to be able to be reflective learners. And all of the things you've learned in your time in your school will absolutely carry you forward into the next phase of education when you reach secondary school. And we're really confident that what's been happening with the coronavirus is a moment in time, and it will return back to normal for you all. And so we say to all our children in year 6, just remember that actually everything you've been doing is about so much more than preparing for tests at the end of year 6. Learning is about being a lifelong learner, and we hope that parents and families can reinforce that message. And for everybody else, including our year 6 children and including parents, carers and families within our community, we want you all to know that at this really difficult time, we look forward to welcoming you all back to school as soon as we possibly can. We know at the moment times are uncertain. We know that it's difficult to predict when that will happen. But what we do know is that with support from one another, by working with schools and staying strong within our communities, we will get through this together, and we cannot wait to have everybody back in school, learning, building relationships, and focusing on our core purpose, which is to ensure that we transform children's and communities' lives through partnership and collaboration. Thank you.